Okay, Just the Thought Podcast. We are back with another one. Shout out to my co-hosts Tion and Andre. They couldn't be here today, but shout out to both of them. Hope they're doing well. Hey man, we got two special guests in the building. Atlanta Stand Up, ATL Stand Up, Arkose. Yes sir.
Yes,
Noah and
sir.
Tad. Much love, much respect. Introduce yourselves, man. Thank y'all for coming on the show.
Hey, Ray. Thank you for having us. My name is Noah Sills, and I sing, play sax, flute, and piano for the band Arkose.
And I'm Tad Adams. It's down there somewhere. I play guitar, and sometimes bass for Arkose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yo, guys, thank you for coming on the show. Let me ask y'all this question, because I don't want to say I saw a little bit on the bio on Spotify. Y'all met in high school,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, dude.
so how did that come about?
We were both in marching band or in band. We're in band, a couple bands, I guess, in
Okay,
high school. But that's really how we met. Through marching band, had a lot of mutual friends, and just became friends over time.
okay, and what Ty? What did you play when you were in the band? Like, what did you start off playing?
Trumpet. I played trumpet from like fourth grade to 12th grade. And then kind of I stopped practicing trumpet when I started playing guitar. But yeah, trumpet the whole time in high school.
Okay, and what about you, Nola?
Saxophone was all the way through middle school and high school, and then piano was somewhere at the end of high school, and flute and clarinet was college when they handed me a sheet of music and they said, "Get the clarinet out, get the flute out."
Let me ask y'all this, because y'all been playing instruments for a long time. What was the most challenging part about being consistent on learning a new instrument and how to continue to practice and set goals for yourself as you're learning? Like what was the most challenging part learning an
Yep.
instrument?
I feel like the in the question, like just gotta be you do have to be consistent, but what also helps, I don't want to answer it wrong, but to answer it, being consistent and practicing new
Mm.
things. I think sometimes it's easy to get caught up in playing the same thing every time you pick up your instrument. So it's good to like challenge yourself. Maybe that's my answer, I guess. Just as far as one of the hardest parts is remembering to challenge yourself because for me, like when I first started playing, I wanted to learn all the songs I was listening to. So then every time I pick my guitar up, I'm playing the songs that I'm listening to, and then I'm just playing the songs that I'm listening to over and over again, not really always pushing myself because sometimes you learn a song that you love and you're like, oh, that's easy. Like I expect
Yeah.
it to be challenging. But yeah, somewhere in between being consistent and making sure to push yourself, to stretch your legs on your instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to try to find um, what sparks it for you too. Like for
All
me
right.
with for piano, saxophone and piano, I feel like I went into differently. Saxophone was the first one, and that was just more so learning in school. But I started listening to other songs with saxophone in it, and I started learning that. And the piano was all self-taught, so that was like a whole different experience of like finding and discovering because it was like every day was a new adventure. And when you look at the piano and you figure out what C major seven is, all of a sudden you say, well, what if I just move it up? Like if I move this here, this here, this here, what does that sound like? And just consistently just trying to find new things. I honestly to this day for both instruments I still surprise myself of what the instruments can do.
Right,
Yeah.
right. As you continue to create, I'm guessing as well.
Hmm.
Is just yeah. So let me ask y'all this, Tad. What was one of your favorite songs growing up playing on the piano?
Or on
I mean
the
on the
on the
guitar. Sorry, my bad.
yeah. I think one of the first songs that really I guess one of the songs that challenged me at first is like the first 30 seconds of the song, But Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. Amazing song. I feel like I took like a week to learn like 30 seconds
Oh,
of the song. it's not hard, but like I remember being very proud of like finally being able to play it with the track like at speed. Like that was a huge thing for me, and I love the song. Um, so yeah, that was definitely my one. Probably around middle school, like seventh or eighth grade, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
Still see that song.
Jimi Hendrix is one of the goats, definitely.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
no. What
Reason.
about you? Like playing piano and the saxophone. What was one of the
Oh
favorite
man,
songs you liked to practice?
saxophone. Man, what was saxophone? I remember just listening to a lot of hip hop. So it was a lot of like Pete Rock and like They Reminisce Over You. I remember was honestly the reason
Bro,
why I picked up the saxophone.
bro. First and foremost, I respect y'all, but you saying Pete Rock, yo, he is slept on. Nobody know.
Yeah. Oh
Not
yeah,
like listen. If you're like, cause y'all into music, y'all study this. This is y'all life. But if you gotta know music to know who Pete Rock is. Pete
for
Rock
sure.
and like yo, especially during that era with him and CL Smooth,
Yeah.
jazz and that background here and that
Oh yeah.
saxophone, it was incredible, man.
Yeah. I
Much
was gonna say
respect,
that.
dude. Much respect for that.
Thank you. Yeah, my that's all thanks to my dad. Really, he had a couple of burnt CDs, and I remember listening to that CD, and I think it was like number 9 on the track listing. Was They Reminisce Over You, and years later, got a chance to actually meet the sample, Tom Scott, and got a chance to play in a big like Georgia State. I was in big band, and he was the feature artist, so I got a chance to talk to him, let him know, he's one of the
Oh,
reasons
that's
why I'm
dope.
playing. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was really great guy. Told me a lot of cool stories about his time with like Joni Mitchell, Steely Dan, just to name a few. And but for piano, that was Dream On. I'm a huge Aerosmith guy, so Dream On was the.
Dream on, yeah, yeah.
I actually found the recording the other day because I was kind of going through my voice memos, and I totally recorded it back in 2014, 10 years ago, on my granddad's keyboard. So that was pretty cool to listen back to that. And, you know, I know I was really excited that day. I definitely remember that. I was in my bedroom.
Let me ask y'all this: growing up, what was growing up in Atlanta like? Because Atlanta has been the sound for the last 20 years. The last 20 years, Atlanta has been the sound. Y'all make beautiful music, heavily influenced. What was that like growing up?
I feel like Tad has more of a better survey of Atlanta than me, considering that he moved around different parts of Atlanta. But
Yeah,
for me, like for us in high school, or just me growing up in general, where we grew up was West Cobb. So West Cobb wasn't as developed as it is now. It was like half suburbs, half rural, like a lot of farmland. Like you would go, like you can go to school, you can pass like these nice suburban houses, and then like to the other side of the bus. On one side you see that, and the other side you just see horses and cows and everything. And but Atlanta was chill. I mean, a lot of my strongest memories growing up was Outcasts. It was going to the Braves game at Turner Field. It was going to the Georgia Dome, uh, Phillips Arena before it switched to State Farm, same arena.
yeah, right.
Um, um, but no, I remember like going to Atlanta felt intimidating growing up. It felt like, it was really like, hard nosed, but really chill, everybody, fun, loving. Um, but it was so different from the suburbs and, that side of town. So I always felt like Atlanta was like a field trip every time I went. Now it's like any other day, but back then that was like kind of my thing. And then I would go to Waffle House every Friday with my dad.
Yo, the Waffle House.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And it was honestly the most Atlanta thing. He would pick us up from after school program, go to Waffle House, and then every time I would run over to the jukebox and play Hey Ya, and they started calling me Andre 300 because I was a kid. So, but yeah, that's my take on it from what I remember.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of echo pretty much what Noah said. Like, similar experience. It's just people being very proud um, of the artists who are well known and from Atlanta. Whether it's
Hmm.
almost said Arkose. Well, whether it's Outkast,
Y'all too. Hey, y'all too. Y'all too.
whether like back when I was little, whether it was Outkast or like Ludacris, Ti,
Yeah.
anybody, it was just they always made it known where they were from. Like a lot of
Yeah.
artists do. But there was a lot of pride that came from being, from Atlanta and speaking on the Atlanta culture. From whether it was just the nightlife or going to strip clubs or eating wings, whatever. It was always in it was always in the music. The pride of being from the city. So it's definitely something I felt singing songs I had no business singing way too early.
It
But
be
yeah,
like
I
that,
think
man.
that's one thing definitely that I remember specifically growing up, whether I was truly aware of it at the time, but was a sense of pride that artists and the people, their listeners had towards them, that we had towards them. Um, yeah,
Yeah, what do y'all think about that Andre 3000 album that just came out not too long ago?
new Blue Sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that just came out. What do y'all think about it?
I sleep to it. Like if I'm on the road, like doing a couple of gigs out of state, when I'm in the van, not when I'm driving. Um, it's kind of like the man, I can't really sleep, or I don't want to really listen to anything other than just wanting to fall asleep and I need sound. Um, that's kind of the album I choose. No disrespect. It's just a very mellow record to fall asleep to.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it's a solid record for what it is, I think. And hearing it live was interesting because
Eric.
I played right. I played Jazz Fest. Like it was like two artists. We were like at like 3 o'clock, and he was at 7.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I got a chance to, or we both got a chance to see it live.
yeah, yeah.
Um, we were just in different spots in the
I was
crowd,
not
and
on stage.
yeah,
Yeah, we were at
he
same
was
same crowd, same crowd.
yeah, but but yeah, it was kind of funny because I had some adult candy before that, so it was kind of
I
I
feel
had
like
a good time.
you gotta elaborate on that because a couple things.
I, well, I don't know what type of crowd this is, but
It's all good, brother.
enhanced. I had a very enhanced experience, so I had
Hey,
a great time. And then I, and then because it was like, wow, this is so cool. Like there was 60,000 people there. Everybody had their phones out. I was like, wow, this is a moment. This is great.
Ton of people.
And
right.
uh, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, man, I'm having a great time. Everybody's like, man, I gotta get out of here. And then
Right.
I watched the recordings afterwards, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Hey, but you was in the moment
Yeah.
though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
it
all
was
that count.
yeah. I I, I
It's
how do you feel? How do you feel about Ted? I don't know.
about the live performance, the album. I guess a mix of both. I,
Yeah.
hmm, I because I remember I was in North Dakota. I was in North Dakota with my brother when I realized that it was a thing. Like we realized it existed, and then just started going from track to track. And usually when you sit down with an album, you listen through the entirety of all the songs on the album. But
Right.
I've kind of found myself skipping here and there, which I'm not super proud of because I am a huge fan of Three Stacks. But I feel like I feel like the album, like Noah said, is functional, and where you could use it if you need that vibe, like if you need that, go to sleep, whatever you need it for, it's cool. But I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. It's music. It's beautiful in its own right.
Right.
But it hasn't been in my rotation, to be completely honest with you. And hearing it live was kind of the same as like the initial shock of like, oh wow, I never seen Andre 3000 in person.
Yeah.
Followed shortly by like, I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is it. But at the same time, still very cool. Like I said, still music. It's very free. Um, but I guess maybe mixed emotions. Mixed emotions on the album. It
Mm,
is,
mm.
like I said, it's cool. I've enjoyed parts.
Now let me ask y'all this. Let me get into the mind of Arkose. Y'all, because when I hear y'all music, I hear a lot of different types of music. When I hear y'all, what what type of music are you guys listening to? Who influences you guys?
Man, I feel like what's really cool. I'll start with this. Is some of our videos on TikTok have been making rounds, and it's been really cool to see people actually guess and nail some of the influences that we were listening to at the time. Like a lot of this was a deep cut, but when people said the Blackbirds, which is Don Bird's extended band, um, that was pretty mind-boggling when I saw that because that's kind of a deep cut. There's a couple of drum samples that people know about and whatnot, but seeing that a handful of times was crazy. We've gotten Lenny Kravitz, which I had a Lenny Kravitz phase for a little bit growing up, and man, Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind and Fire. We've been getting a lot in the comment
Yeah,
section,
Okay.
which is really cool because that's middle school for me. Um,
Cool in the Gang.
yeah, Cool in the Gang. Yeah, we got that one a
Cool in the
handful of
gang.
times. Which
Cool in
that
the
I mean,
gang.
yeah,
Cool.
that's a big one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I was
I
listening
see
to
that.
Open Sesame a lot, and I think Tad saw them live.
I did. I did. Where was I? Charlotte?
You saw them
I was in
live?
Charlotte. Yeah, a couple of, this might have been like 2016. It was a while ago. I might have still been in high school, actually. I don't remember what year it was, but Big Daddy Kane opened for them. It was great. Great show. Saw my
Oh,
dad.
okay. Okay. Damn, I didn't know that. That's dope, man. Cool in the gang. I definitely see that. I definitely see that. I
Hmm.
definitely see Cool in the gang. I see Isley Brothers as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Let me ask y'all this. If y'all could put a top five of I don't know how I'm gonna put this. Give me a top five most musical influential to our culture. Top five.
The
Oh, like
culture?
the
The
cult,
culture.
the culture.
Oh man.
That's loaded.
Well,
Uh,
they're all black, so
right.
let's
Great
start there, I
start.
guess.
Great start.
Oh my
You ain't
goodness.
lying, brother.
I'll go with the first one that
James
seems
Brown's up there.
obvious. James Brown's up there. Quincy Jones is up there. Rest in peace.
Quincy
Because
Jones
of
for
just
sure. Yeah.
just how much he's. I mean, oh my goodness, for decades. Stevie Wonder's in there for me.
That was literally my first
Yes.
thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
At this point, it's preference.
right. Miles?
Do we throw MJ in there?
Oh, well,
I'm not.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just listening to
Not
MJ's.
close
I
to
was
that.
like, yeah. I was just teaching a kid on clarinet. I was teaching him Billie Jean like a couple minutes ago or an hour ago.
But then we're
Uh,
putting if we're doing everybody, then we got to do
That's
Kanye.
such a huge question. That's such a huge
Kanye
yeah,
question.
West is
Kanye's big.
Yeah.
He did have a lot of man. He had a huge influence. Oh man,
you see what I'm saying? When I
yeah.
ask this
Yeah.
question, it's very difficult.
You're reaching.
I'm.
I feel like we're reaching back so far.
I know. Oh yeah, we went to the source. We were
Right.
like
Say
going
back to
further
the
back.
source. Right.
Shoot, but there's a handful that like really come to mind. You can even throw in Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire.
For
Um,
sure. It's on fire.
yeah. I don't know. I mean,
All right, here. How about this? I'll make it like this. All right.
okay.
If y'all were stuck on an island
God.
I hate this question.
and y'all only had 3 albums to pick from, What 3 albums are you taking on this island?
Tad, you got your 3?
No, hold on. No, I never had this question before. 3 albums on an island.
It's gonna be tough.
3 albums. You're stuck on an island.
One of them's gonna be Dune.
You can only listen to 3.
Man.
Can't do it in food.
Oh, this is tough.
Because I'm bad with
I have-
favorites. It's like
I have 2 for sure.
You got 2. Let me hear your 2.
All right. Well, let me go. Graduation, Kanye West. I'll start with that.
it's fair.
I think that's one of the best rap albums of all time. I grew up on it, so it's very nostalgic for me.
Graduation.
Yeah, that's in the 3.
Much respect.
Thank you. Arthur Veracai's self-titled record from 1972. It's a Brazilian record. Very, very beautiful record. Yeah, I still remember exactly where I was when I first listened to that record. It's a really, really. It's all in Portuguese. I can't speak a lick of it, but not yet. But that's up there. I gotta go Aerosmith because I have the tattoo, so I gotta go Aerosmith. Man, because I love their second, third, and fourth record. Well, I'll go with their second record, Get Your Wings. That's what I've been listening to a lot lately. I just love because it's the first time they truly started to produce. Like the first record was super. The first record had Dream On it, and Mama Ken. So there were some hits there, but it was a lot of just blues, like Route 66 kind of vibe, and it's beautiful in its own way. But the second record feels like the record where they went all in because the label was about to drop them. So they went hard in the paint with Jack Douglas. And my favorite Aerosmith song is on that record called Seasons of Wither. So I would probably go with that record. Yeah. That was tough, though.
That was tough.
Okay. Okay.
That was
Definitely
tough.
gotta have Mad Villainy. Definitely gotta have Mad Villainy. MF Doom in there. For sure. Part of me wants to say it. Gemini.
R.I.P. MF Doom.
Not coming in now, sorry.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. MF Doom. I might throw. I just want to throw Outcast in there. Because I just want Spody off of there. That's all I want. Maybe ATLians.
That's a good one.
No. Yeah. Let's go ATLians on there. Mad Villainy. I don't know what. Oh, you guys? Do I still have you guys?
I'm here.
Hello? Everybody's frozen.
I'm here.
You still there?
Good.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Everything went black for a second. Just because it's on my brain right now, I'm going to say Tame Impala Currents.
Nice.
Because it used to be heavy in rotation.
Okay.
So yeah, just to make it easy.
Okay, I'm going to give y'all my 3 because I didn't play fair with y'all. I thought about this question long and hard, bro. Pause. I'm gonna go Superfly, Curtis Mayfield.
Nice.
Yeah.
That whole album. Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's solid too.
I gotta put that in there. That's probably the most gangsta album I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put see, this is the problem. I'm stuck between Illmatic and I'm stuck between Low End Theory. Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You from New York?
I'm from Connecticut. I'm 20 minutes
Ah,
outside New York City.
that's New York.
That's New York.
I say low end theory.
I'm gonna say Low End Theory.
I think so. Yeah,
Low End Theory. All right, so
that's
let
solid.
me ask y'all this. Let's jump back into it because I found this interesting. So, Ecliptic, this new album, it took y'all 4.5 years to make.
Just about, give or
What was
take.
Essentially, yes.
what was the thought process while you were making this album?
I don't think until I think 2020 we had intentions to make a record or to make an album, um, and then probably around 2021, 2022 was when we started to truly start to see the formation of it. Because I think we probably had like 25 songs that could have been 25 to 30, um, and we cut some through the years, and then probably around late 2022, because that was the last track that we made, which was the Reprise. That
Yeah.
was the very, very last track. I think, yeah, that was 22. And then 23, we're planning on putting it out. Or, let me go back. End of 2022 was the original
Yeah.
plan.
Right.
And then we didn't put out any music in 2022 because we were,
Mm-hmm.
banking on doing that. And then 2023, we had a whole another batch of music that we didn't have out yet that we had and we didn't know what to do with. So that's where the Diamond and Rough Beat tape was born. And then we brought in features on Added Pressure. And then, we were like, all right, end of 2023 album. And then we started doing other singles and we're like, all right, well, never mind. Let's wait until next year. And then
I'm getting
this year it was just like the album has to come out because if we don't, we're not gonna, it's no longer gonna make sense because it's such a we started in 2020 or 2019. So a lot of those songs, they're not dated. I think that's like the funny part about it is that the music still holds a lot, and we're the toughest critics in the world. So like about our own music. So the fact that we still feel really confident and like, oh man, this is still a great record years later is pretty cool. But yeah, that was it.
And why do y'all name it Ecliptic?
Great question. Well, well, a lot of the because it wasn't that extensive, but it was a lot of the titles I was coming up with was just it started making me think of astrology. Like
you're into astrology?
No, I am not. It was actually kind of it's actually it was actually kind of a talking point that we had was like, man, a lot of girls are gonna like this record based off of the periphery of the names of the songs and all that. They're like, oh man, why don't they have a song about Aquariuses or whatever?
Yeah, where's my song?
But are you an Aquarius? Are you an Aquarius?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you, Tad?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Okay, life of the party. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's just the titles, man. I think Stars Align, Moon Dreams, Distance, Long Way from Home, Galaxy. What was that?
No, I was just saying, not an afterthought, but I was saying the title kind of came after, wasn't necessary. I guess that is an afterthought, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like quasi after. It was kind of like, because I was like, I don't want to write a song called Eclipse or an album called Eclipse.
Right.
And I was like, there's probably like 30 albums out right now called Eclipse.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's something that we can do that is that, but also is more of like an adjective?
Ecliptic.
And Ecliptic came. So
yeah,
I didn't see anybody with that name, so that was lucky.
No, the name is fire. I just had to ask. The name is fire.
Thank you.
Let me ask y'all this. So from the first time y'all put out a song until now, what would y'all tell yourself? What would y'all tell yourself if you can go back into time, making that first hit? What would y'all tell yourself because y'all been rocking for a minute. What would y'all tell yourself if you can go back in the time to where you are now?
So I want to say I don't know if it'd be anything different because I feel like keep doing what you're doing is a cop out.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that's a tough one.
Because it's introspective and also like
think of how far y'all came.
Right.
Well, the last
Stay
2
humble,
years,
obviously.
You're right. I was gonna say the last 2 years it really feels like that's when we started. Like last year felt like the true beginning of the band.
So.
Like 2019 through 2022 felt like we were learning, not only each other, musically, but personally too. Like we were learning each other's humor, we were learning each other's tastes and everything like that, habits.
Yeah.
So there was a learning curve. Yeah, we went to high school together, but we didn't really start really hanging out until after high school. So that was it gave us a chance to have that type of period where we're learning, and also we were also learning how to make music around that time too. I think we had moments where we're like, okay, cool, we're putting it together, but it wasn't until Ecliptic or even the first beat tape, where we're starting to hear our sound and starting to see the character and this thing become a thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would tell my younger self. I mean, I wouldn't tell my younger self to like not talk to a girl because maybe
yeah, that's not.
maybe that one maybe Underwater doesn't get written, or
Right.
Other Side doesn't get written. So like, not to say that those songs are about girls, but just in general, like maybe I wouldn't have been inspired in that moment to kind of feel that kind of feeling to create a sound out of it. And same with Tad, Distance. He came up with that one, and it's a hypothetical of like what would have happened if I didn't stub my toe that one day, and then and got pissed off. So I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't tell.
That's what makes it.
I respect the realness, yo. For real, yeah. I respect the realness. I respect it, man. I respect it. So how long? So obviously, like you were talking about, what you were talking about. Obviously, you guys had to figure each other out, right? What was the biggest challenge that you guys had to go through, figuring each other out, being able to work with each other? What was the biggest challenge?
I think I don't know if we had a bunch of like roadblocks or challenges, but I think something you find out is like what triggers somebody the longer you spend time with them, or what maybe not trigger is not always the right word, but how we react in different situations, our strengths and weaknesses, but understanding how to navigate each other in those times where we might not be feeling the situation that we're in, whether we're dealing with a difficult venue, or social batteries are low, we're tired, just different situations. I think that's not something I want to say we struggled with, but just of all the things of learning each other, because I feel like the music side of it's been easier. This is kind of comes natural, but we're not the same person. So yeah, just because we've traveled with different different artists, and been to venues where we can't hear ourselves, or people are being annoying, not really great with communication, management of other people, yada yada yada. But just I don't know, like I said, understanding how to navigate each other is the best way I can put it. In tough situations is something that's learning experience, can be tough at times, or has been tough at times.
But we never make it personal. Yeah, it's never been. Yeah, it's always been like if I crash out,
it's never been on no Casey and Jodeci's type of shit.
No. Like if I crash out, Tad's the first one to tell me, "Hey, calm down." If Tad's having a bad day, I'm the first one to tell him to calm down.
Right.
That's
like we're brothers, really, honestly, at this point. Where it's like it kind of feels like that kind of dynamic where we look out for each other. It's never a personal thing. It's never
Yeah.
like immaturity or anything.
Yeah. Never
That's
trying
what's
to put
up.
each other down. Trying to, fill each other up, make sure we're showing the best version of ourselves at all times.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What was your most memorable venue y'all played at? The most memorable venue. Now I know y'all are artists, so you're
Oh,
gonna be like, "Oh, I don't know," but what was the most memorable venue where you guys
And
had to
this
look back and you were like,
and
"This is it."
in
I
this
think by
in this band,
In this band, yeah.
I think by default, it kind of has to be Smiths. There's so much happened there. Um,
yeah.
but um, doesn't
I don't know
have
where
to be.
else. We played at the Roxy, Coca-Cola
They played
Roxy,
Roxy.
which that was cool. Um, I feel like Smiths is a good one based off of like it feels like an era
Yeah,
of of,
that's
of
very,
what we
very
do.
true. Yeah, we had a debut show was there. One of our recent shows in August was there. Had a jam that ran for 20 weeks. Was there. So there were a lot of I feel like a lot of meaningful experiences. A lot of growth happened there. I wouldn't say like I know you kind of ended it. You're like this is it. Like this is. I wouldn't say that, but definitely. Shout out Smith. Shout out Smith. But a lot of growth happened there. Like I said, a lot of a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Definitely sticks out.
And all right, so I'm gonna break down my I got my top 5 favorite songs that I like by y'all.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm gonna say "Sunny Days" is definitely my number one. That's "Sunny Days." Shout out Kennedy, right? Kennedy,
Hmm.
y'all, bro. That song has been on repeat. Um, that y'all blend well together. That was incredible. I like that. I'm gonna say "Distance." Starline. What was another one? Back. I think it was. Oh, I have it. Back to start. Back to
Oh,
start
nice.
with
Okay.
Noah. It's kind of a different vibe, a little bit. I liked it. It was kind of like a little party vibe, kind of like, if you're pre-gaming with your friends, you know what I'm saying, relaxing, vibing a little bit. I'll throw that on there. I like it. And then I like Relief, and then I like Move Smooth. Move Smooth
Okay.
is good,
Nice.
but Sunny Days, that's the one right there. Sunny Days. Let me ask y'all this: how does it feel to collab with like other artists? Like when what is the feeling like to collab with other people and putting your sound together with other people?
One of our favorite things to do. I think collaboration's been a big part of I guess just us in a studio or a live setting, playing with other artists. But it's always, you know, we have a sound, and we know how we sound. But it's cool to blend our sounds with other artists. Whether they're playing other instruments or just rappers, singers, whatever. Um, Blending sounds is coming up with something that sounds completely different. The mix of the two, just like when you have different artists that have different influences, so they all have their unique. When you're listening to them, but it's the same thing when we're collaborating with another artist, blending all of our influences together. That pool gets a lot bigger. When you're making music together with people, it's fun to be a part of the writing process. Performing live, feeling the energy of different artists in different spaces is inspiring to us. Inspire us to create some different music that we wouldn't have thought of making before. And it helps everyone. We blend audiences together. When we perform with somebody who has a following, they like their music, we blend our music together, and then we get more ears all around, which is a net positive for everyone involved. But it's always a lot of fun working with other people, bring different things out of each other.
Yeah, man. That's dope. You guys seem to be and I see like Noah as well. You guys really blend with Noah. I thought like when I heard back to the start, I was just like, all right. I listened to a couple of the records. This one's a little different, but the way it blended was perfect. Can y'all tell me a time where y'all put something out and y'all know as soon as it came out, that was a hit. Like, yup, we got one.
Pretty Girl.
There you go. Yeah.
Pretty Girl.
Yeah, yeah. That was. Uh, I let me see. I think it was 2021, and I was on FaceTime with a girl, and I said, "Hey, hold on, I gotta put these chords down, which are the chords on the song." And then later, I started brainstorming melody ideas for the hook. And then once it was all done and we had a guitar um, and everything, that's when I kind of had an idea. And then I posted on my personal page around that time, and that's when everybody's like, "This needs to come out now, like pronto." And I was like, "Interesting, okay." And then 2 years later, we put it out, and everybody was like, "Finally, we've been waiting on this one."
Right.
And yeah, that I mean, it was, and we kind of surveyed the field too before we put it out. You know, we were doing reels and stuff like that, and giving people a glimpse of the beat tape before um, they knew it was a beat tape. And yeah, I mean, people just gravitated towards that song, and then uh, we've been thankful to have two really good artists put their 2 cents on the tracks with Jasmine Janae and 93 AMG. Um, and yeah, it's our most popular song to date, and it kind of felt like that out the gate too. And it's weird to see like that go from going from those stages to like I don't know, Jimmy Butler posting it a couple weeks ago. Like him showing love about the song and everything. It's pretty
Crazy.
mind-boggling. Yeah.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about that when that happened?
Oh, I got a jersey. I bought a jersey.
Oh, okay. You got it with you in the whip?
Nah, it's at the crib. I did have it in the
Okay.
whip, but
That's
it's a
okay.
yeah. I had to get a jersey.
Definitely an
Yeah.
eye-opening experience. Like we see our numbers for streams, but you never know who makes up those numbers all the time. So just to end up on Jimmy Butler's rotation is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No,
Um,
you guys are dope, man, and I'm not just saying that because we're interviewing. You guys are actually dope. Like when I heard
Thank you.
Sunny Days and when it's the type of music I listen to. Y'all just happen to be good at it, bro. Like I was looking because I'm in Spain. I'm in Spain now. I don't live in the States anymore. I moved to
oh,
Oh, word.
Spain. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nice.
So you got a fan from Spain. I felt,
Nice.
but coming out here, bro. Because before coming out here, I was just into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Reggae, dancehall music. Didn't really open my mind until I came out here and getting more into jazz. I knew a little bit about jazz, but not so much. So listened to jazz a couple of years ago, and then finding you guys, I was just like, yo, this is the perfect vibe for the playlist I'm trying to create. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are dope, man. Like you guys have a different sound than what we're used to. We're used to trap. We're used to drill. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just bring a unique sound, and it's dope,
Thank you.
and it's positive, and y'all work hard, and I could tell by just listening to y'all music. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are putting a lot of good music out there, man, and y'all got a forever supporter for real. You guys are actually dope, man. Seriously,
Appreciate that.
I'm being dead ass.
Means a lot.
Yeah,
Thanks, Ray.
seriously. Yeah, man. Um, Let me ask y'all this: who are some of the artists you guys would like to work with in the future?
I'll say it
Mm,
again.
Oh, can y'all
My
hear me?
signal. Yeah, I can. My signal keeps dipping out. I dip out
Oh,
in the
okay,
middle of
okay.
things. Which
Who
artists? I guess which would we like to work with?
Yeah,
So,
what
okay.
artists would you guys like to collab with in the future?
Uh, there's there's a few that we have closer to us. But love to do some work or more work with Jalen Josie for sure. Very talented
yeah.
artist. Um, uh, gonna throw Doc Cromwell out there because I keep mentioning his name.
Yeah,
I want to do
that's
more with
definitely gonna
him. Play some
happen. Thundercat,
yeah, Thundercat for sure.
um, Baby Rose, um, Bad Bad Not Good. Uh, well, we had a couple guys come out to our show recently in the last two shows. Childish Major is someone that we definitely at this point call friend.
Yeah.
He's pretty much the homie, and love to do more music with him. I know Tad played live with him a couple months
Mhm.
ago. And
This year's been a long year.
yeah, and then Black, Six Slack. No, Black. Um, he's
AKA.
a really cool dude. He came to our show a couple months ago as well, and so we're working on some stuff with him. He's a really cool guy, and yeah, there's a lot of names that really come to mind. Obviously, there's some names that seem very out of reach right now because of just proximity. But
Mm.
um, yeah, I don't know. The big ones. J. Cole and Kendrick.
Kendrick, yeah.
Uh, and
Yo,
Drake.
with Kendrick?
In some
That'll be
capacity.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. Yo.
that'll be cool.
That'll be different. That'll be different, definitely. Definitely. Before I know I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to ask you guys a couple more questions, and we're gonna do a quick segment called Just Thoughts, like quick answers. Let me ask you a couple more. Got a couple more questions. Um, what can we expect in the future, like next year, from you guys going into 2025? Y'all just dropping Ecliptic. What can we expect going into 2025?
Definitely trying to ramp up more live shows in the city and trying to get out, in the process of getting out of Atlanta, making our way around, whether it's Georgia or around the country, hitting some more states. Still trying to see where people actually want us to be based on,
And then
listening
Spain.
to reviews. And then Spain.
Oh yeah, yes, Europe in general is on our list because everybody keeps
Yeah.
They
messaging us
would
about
love
like
y'all, bro.
that's what a lot of people keep saying. Yeah,
Yo, I'm telling you.
that'd be
Yeah,
cool. No,
Y'all
that's
got a
I think
different
Spain is
sound,
in my
bro.
top five. Thank you.
yeah,
That's
Trust
really
me,
cool.
yo, you guys, trust me. When you guys come out here, I got y'all. Don't worry. Y'all, trust me.
That
Trust me.
what
Trust
part of
me.
Spain?
I'm 2 hours outside of Madrid. I'm in a city called Valladolid. So, like, if you guys were to come out here, take that talent to Madrid, telling you, I'm telling you, they would love y'all out here. I'm telling you.
Okay.
That'd be that'd be a lot of fun.
Never mind, yeah.
Uh,
Well,
right.
you're
But yeah, I think shows is number one, and then we have not to give too much away. We have volume two is pretty much in the can. We just got to add a
Okay.
couple more things here or there for the beat tape, and then obviously with that we want to do another added pressure.
right, sure. Some
Um,
Okay.
features.
so
All
so
right.
we'll
Let
see.
me
We'll,
let me
we'll that,
let me
that
ask
was it.
y'all this because I always ask artists this question. Um, what would y'all say to someone that is trying to be an artist but is struggling, can't be consistent, and is just trying to his best or her best to just keep going? What would you say to an artist that is trying to be consistent?
I think two, or I guess two of my top things are, something that we operate by is make music that you like. I think some people get caught up in, what everybody else is making and what people might like and getting caught up in that. And one thing that we found in our experience is like it's some of your favorite songs that, not everybody might be the hugest fan of. Not that they don't like it, but it might be the songs that, if you asked us like what's in your top 3 or your top 5, none of those songs might not be your top streamed or your most liked songs. So you shouldn't even worry about it. But if you're making music that at least you like and you keep doing that, somebody else is gonna, somebody else is gonna be vibing with your music. But definitely don't get caught up in the reception of the music that you're making, because that can kind of halt your process. And yeah, the main two things: make music that you like, and don't get caught up in the reception of it. Just keep doing that, and eventually it'll catch on. And market yourself. That's number 3. Also,
Yes.
You can't just be making music that you like and putting it out into a void, hoping that people it grabs on, it goes viral just because you made it. That's not how that works.
And also, like, I always stress this to people nowadays: is do the most within your means. If your means is to devote $20 every month to investing in yourself, with marketing and everything like that, set aside those $20. If your means is to only produce once a week, do the most you can in that one day that you have. If people are struggling because the streams and numbers aren't there, and you like the music you're doing, then maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. That's an ego thing. The first set of music that I wrote or we wrote, I'm like, man, this is a lot of fun. This is really good. And, some people might be like, it's cool, it's nice. And I remember I would never forget, I was sending demos to all my friends in 2018. And I sent one demo over because I was just creating whatever I could do. And I'm like, what do you think about this? And they're like, don't say anything like this ever again. And I needed that. I was like, oh, cool. I sucked. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I sucked until that person told me straight up, like, it's got to be better. And I said, okay, how can we make it better? I remember when we were working on Cycles, Tad said, you always choose the same 3 sounds. And I said, you're right.
Yeah.
So when he left, after we put down the track, after he left, I was like, I'll show him. And I just went through all the synthesizer sounds I could possibly do. And that's how the beginning and the ending of Cycles was born, was out of pettiness.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I have other sounds. And so it's like stuff like that. Obviously there's other songs where we try other sounds, but yeah, like we have we have the gift of having each other as a reflection. Some people are doing it by themselves, and their friends are too nice.
True. Yeah.
So we're very honest with each other. Like, if he sends an idea, I would tell him, like, I like this part, but maybe fix that part. And there's parts where I send to him, he's like, I like this. What about that? So it's, you kind of have to have that. That's why, the term producer back in the day was so pivotal, because that was what the producer was, or an A&R guy. Those two roles were specific to telling the artist, like, no, don't put a bridge there, put a tunnel there, and then we'll, you're a town planner. And the A&R guy is the pretend producer, the one that kind of goes in and says, my daughter would like that song, like, it's, it's why it's becoming a dying art. But but yeah, I digress. I think at the end of the day, find where your means are, find where you kind of live, and then from there, that's where you just push and push. If you only have these set of sounds, do your best with those set of sounds. Like, I'm about to put people on game with this statement. If you're watching this and you're wondering,
preach.
We mixed, recorded in FL Studio for 98% of the tracks, and then not only did we do that, we also used stock sounds. So like the sounds, or the VSTs, and sounds. So everybody talks mess about not Pro Tools, FL Studio. They talk mess about stock sounds. You need whatever's up to date.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really not about that at the end of the day, because it's I've heard music where it's lo-fi and it's not the most intricate mixing and all that stuff, but they're working within their means, and you're just hearing this creativity. Like people are, our buddy Swanky who produced Sunny Days with Kennedy.
Shout out
He
Swanky.
he has shout out to Swanky. He's done records where he's like knocking on the door and like trying new things, different sounds.
Creativity
And
is one.
that's creativity is always the number one driving force to all of this. Like,
Yeah.
All the other things where it's like, I don't have this, and this. Those are excuses. It's you tricking yourself into thinking that what you can do right now isn't good because you don't have this, and this. Quoting a little bit of the War of Art, the Resistance. You just kind of have to push yourself through it and just start. Just do it. It might suck in the beginning. Who cares? People care about it being sucked. Like if it sucks, if you've been sucking for like 10 years,
Right.
they're not going to be mad at you like where you like had one bad record and then like the next three are fantastic. They're not going to be like, but the first one though, like no, everybody's going to be like, oh, he got better, they got better, she got better.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
yeah, we move on.
Yeah.
So that's my rant with it. Because I think that's a question that we get asked a lot by a lot of people nowadays, especially for marketing. And I just tell people like, just try it. Just try something new. Throw $20, see what happens. Try this caption instead of that caption. Call that videographer, throw him $100. Like anything. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate that, man. All right, we're gonna do a quick just thoughts and we can get you guys out of here. So this you just answer one or the other. All right. So I'm gonna throw one out here. Ready? Heartbreak or heartbreaker?
Like what we identify as?
I'm only laughing because my student asked me what that was today.
Nah. You pick one or the other. Not what you identify as.
No.
Well, it hurts more to get your heart broken.
Heartbreak or heartbreaker?
Heartbreaker.
Probably heartbreaker.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, heartbreaker. I was thinking that was my first thought.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Read thoughts or speak to animals?
Oh gosh.
Read thoughts. You save
Read
time.
thoughts. Yeah.
Save time. As much as I want to talk to my puppy.
Yeah.
Happy songs or sad songs?
Sad songs.
Sad.
Sad songs. I agree with
You're
that.
listening to sad songs when I'm happy. It's crazy.
Friday or Rush Hour?
Oh, the movies. Oh, Rush Hour.
Oh wow.
Oh, you said that so quickly.
Friday.
Yeah, I love Friday, but I grew up. I spent more time with the trilogy of Rush Hour. You talking about the first movie or just like the whole thing?
We're talking about the first movie.
Bill.
So we're basing off of the first movie. Friday. Friday would be the first one.
Friday. Yeah. I'll have to. It's too many.
Over the first Rush Hour.
Sorry. I mean, they're both great.
I do love Rush Hour though. I'll go Rush Hour. I'll go Rush Hour because that was. Yeah.
Create what you already know, or create. No, hold on. I think. Express what you're creating, or express what you're creating in the moment, or express what you already know. If that makes any sense. I don't think I said it right.
Musical sense. Expressing the moment. I think just thinking if it's just thoughts. I think expressing the moment. Maybe.
Expressing the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I understand fully, but it kind of makes sense.
I think I said it right. Yeah, expressing the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Transparency or mystery?
Transparency.
Transparency.
Mystery's fun. But fuck.
Mystery's a lot of fun.
It's dangerous. No, you can curse. Yeah. You can curse.
Oh, okay. Shit.
courage or passion?
Oh damn.
No, sorry, courage or passionate?
Courage.
It kind of feels like you need courage to be passionate though.
Yeah, there's some overlap there. There's some overlap. But if we have to pick, I'm saying
And like,
courage. Cause
yeah, I guess courage. Cause like, yeah, courage.
I'm gonna go passion. You say courage, okay. Legacy or pleasure?
legacy lasts infinitely longer than pleasure does.
Yes.
Okay. Wisdom or knowledge?
Wisdom's applied knowledge, so wisdom for sure.
Yeah,
So,
I concur.
education or experience?
Experience.
Experience, yeah.
Experience.
There's nothing like
All
going
right.
through it.
Mm-hmm.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Hold on.
Do the right thing. Yes, that one. That one.
What is it? So do the right thing or do the things right.
Do the right thing or do the things right?
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing, yeah, still. Trying.
Do the right thing. All right, man. All right, last one. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah.
Okay, we just I'm gonna say Michael Jackson too, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Shout out
gonna
to
be a
Prince,
tough
though.
argument.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out
to Prince.
Prince.
Shout out to Prince. All right, man. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming on the show. Like I said, y'all got a forever fan. I'm gonna be keeping whatchamacallit, Sunny Days, Star Aligned, all that on my playlist. You guys have been incredible. Thank you. Continue to influence us. Continue to put out dope music. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Just a Thought Podcast. You already know what time it is. Arkose, Tad, Noah, Atlanta, we're in the building. We are out. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Peace. Yes.
Peace.
Oh.
Yeah.
Peace, man.
I did that.
Okay, guys. Get out of here. Hold up 1 second.